Ever have this happen to you? You know that sound, right? Yeah, the rattle. Anytime you pick up a game off the shelf and you shake it and you go, ah, loose board, or potentially something damaged on the inside. Kind of makes you second guess your game purchasing. But today on Noob Repair, we're gonna actually open up some carts and see how bad it is, if it's fixable or not, with some handy tools, and see what we could do. So this segment's called Don't Fear the Rattle. Yeah, probably shouldn't be, potentially infringing on some lawsuits with Don't Fear the Reaper, but nevertheless, let's go ahead and open up some carts. So, let's start off with the tools that you're gonna need for this job. So, we've got 2 of these security bit drivers. You could buy these online. They come in different sizes for different systems and games. So some of them support like the Super NES, the NES, Genesis games, and some of them support like Game Boy. So Nintendo pretty much uses, I believe, like the same screws for everything, but there are 2 sizes. It's usually just good to get the set, just so you have them, just in case you accidentally, hi kitty, just in case you accidentally need to open up one and you don't have the other. So let's push her off and let's get started. Now another thing you may need is super glue. You can buy this pretty much anywhere. I recommend the precision versions or the precise applications. That gives you generally like a tip or a better way to put super glue, because we may need to super glue some parts in here. You'll see what I'm talking about when we open up these carts. Now, of course, you want to make sure that you can have a clean working space. That one's not coming out. This one doesn't want to come out. Alright, looks like we got it. Alright, now let's take a look. So the first thing you want to do is open this up and take a look and see if there's any broken plastic. Anything that shakes when you move it, or looks bent or busted off. It doesn't look like there's anything. I am seeing that it looks like there was a very tiny spring. You can barely see it. But that was resting here on top of this, and it may not even be needed. Especially since there's only one, which means either the other one fell off or something else happened. So what you want to do is put this back on, and then, as you can see, it's still kind of rattling. And again, this is all going to be very off the cuff. I haven't opened these up. I have no idea what condition they're in, but we're going to try to seal it back up. Now, one way that you can do this is once you put the screw in order to make sure that it catches, you want to turn it the opposite way first, and it may click. And once it clicks, that means you're good to go ahead and start screwing it back in. Let's do the other one now. Hear the click? Alright. This one still feels a little loose. Try to dig in a little bit more. Alright, X-Men on Genesis, let's give it a shot. Yeah, still rattles, unfortunately. And you want to also take a look around the cart, see if there's anything else that you can see that may kind of cue you to seeing where the problem is, and also kind of feel around the cart. The cart seems to be coming from here. This could have just honestly been part of the initial production, or maybe the cart was opened up beforehand. Regardless, I probably wouldn't do anything with this cart, so this one's pretty much just as is. Not much you can do with it, unfortunately. Now, there may be somebody or some viewer here that may have an idea as to what to do, and I'm definitely interested, so let me know in the comments below what you think. Let's move on to the next game. This one's going to be Harley Humongous Adventure for the Super NES. Let's go ahead and open it up. Now the screws are actually on the front. So we're gonna open it up. Now this one's no good. This is for the Genesis, so we gotta use the smaller one. Now actually, before I do that, let's give this one a shake so we can see what's going on with it. Alright, so this could be anything. This could be like a loose capacitor. Let's give it a look. Alright. So we'll take a look at the back. Doesn't appear to be making any noise. Oh! I think we found the root of the problem. So, something came off. It's a little sliver of plastic, you can barely see it. But that most likely is what was causing the rattle. Looks like possibly just like a sliver came off of the cart, maybe during transport. Either way, take the ROM, try not to touch the ends here. Just give it a little gentle shake. And it's not shaking, so let's try it with this. Not shaking. So we may have found the answer. It may have just been this little sliver of plastic that was left over. And like I said, it probably just accidentally happened during transport. Let's go ahead and take the screws. And remember, once you get it in the hole, turn it the other way. That's what she said. And you hear a click. You can go ahead and start screwing it in. That's also what she said. Okay, and you don't want to strip these, you don't want to go too tight with them. Ready? There you go. You can barely hear it, but if you've got silence in the room and you're working, you can do it. Alright, ready? Look at that, huh? We fixed it. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Look at this. Mega Man on the NES. This is an expensive one. Let's give it a rattle. Alright. Listen to that. Now that's gotta be something loose. Okay. So, for this one, it's gonna be the same, should be the same security bit, yep, as the Super NES. We're gonna go ahead and open it up. Again, remember to keep the screws. Again, I would recommend if you're gonna do this, don't do it on a carpet. Do it on a desk, preferably if you have some sort of arrangement so that you can possibly even have, there's these bands that you can get with little like rubber mats, and they basically take, you could put this little like wristlet thing on. I forget what they're called, but we use them at my job and in all sorts of places. I used to work at a place that built circuit boards, and same thing, they would have you wear one of these. Alright, moment of truth. Let's open it up. Very careful. Okay, so let's jiggle this one, nothing. Okay, let's take this board, and this board is kind of badly damaged. Unfortunately, I haven't found a way to fix it. But let's set that aside. Oh, here, take a look. See it? This piece came off in the cartridge. So here's what we're gonna do. This is exactly why this is a good one. I'm glad that we found this. So what you're gonna do is go ahead and take your super glue, and you have to find the missing spot. Luckily, it's pretty easy to see. It should go right there. So we're gonna figure out where the end broke off and kind of like fit it back on. So it looks like it came off like that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is take a little bit of super glue. This is a brand new one, so I just have to open it. Okay. All right. So we're gonna put very little bits. This should be all you need to put on. There really isn't that much. And what you want to do is hold it down for about 50, well this says, let's see, it's about 35 to 40 seconds. Alright, so let's give it a shot. Look at that. Perfect. And as you can see, it's back in, and it looks like it's almost as if it never left. And that's the beauty of super glue, folks. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and put our ROM back in. Look at that, huh? Good as new. All right, let's go on to the fourth one. Cool spot on the Genesis. Listen to this one. This one very may be similar. It may honestly just be loose, just due to the age, or maybe something happened in the factory. I don't know. Let's give it a look. Okay, here we go. First thing we want to do is examine the cartridge itself. Nothing really fell out. Let's see if we've got any kind of like loose chips or capacitors. Everything looks good. So, honestly, this might be just a situation where it's just loose. All right, give it a whirl. Yeah, it's still about the same. So, 2 out of 4 ain't bad. Well, that's it, boys and girls. So, we were able to fix 2 carts out of the 4, and I think that's pretty good. I mean, we were able to figure out that there was just like a little loose piece of plastic in this Harley game, Harley's Humongous Adventure, and in Mega Man there was just a small plastic piece that needed to be put back on with a nice little helping of super glue. So again, thanks for watching Noob Repair. Stay tuned, more on the way.